Do you ever have a little bit of free time on your hands and you decide to play some F122 career mode?
Yes.
And then you realise it's boring?
Yes.
Emotional damage!
But don't worry, because in this series I'm going to look at a few different games' career modes to see which one's the best.
Yes!
And first up we've got AMS 2, so without further ado, let's get on with it. So now, I'm sure a lot of you are asking, what's AMS 2? AMS 2 is a racing simulator that's taken Project Cars' physics engine, improved it, and put it in their own game. AMS 2 features F1 cars, LMP1 cars, GT cars, and lower powered cars like hot hatches and go-karts. So now let's get into some gameplay of AMS 2. In AMS 2, you can create up to 5 custom championships, or use the preset ones that are already made, which include a Brazilian stock car, F3, Formula 1, GT, and LMP1, and many more. In this video, I'm going to be making a custom championship. The first thing it will ask you to do is to choose a car class for you to race. But there's lots of choice though, because AMS 2 has over 150 cars. AMS 2 also has tons of liveries to choose for your car, but if you have too many cars on the track for liveries, it will warn you saying that there will be duplicated cars on track, so you can turn the grid size down a bit so you don't have that. You can also choose how many points you score. You can choose F3, stock car, hot hatch, or Formula 1. The top 10 standard point scoring is just the F1 point scoring without the fastest lap. There are a couple more settings that we can change as well. You can choose if you would like to have full course yellows or a safety car, and how fast you can go in the pit. AMS 2 also has over 50 tracks. All of the tracks from the UK are laser scanned, but the game's more focused on the American and South American tracks, given that it's based in South America. In AMS 2, you can also choose if you'd like to have 2 races, qualifying and practice. The default HUD for AMS 2 is also really cool. On the top left, you have your time and your position. At the bottom right, you have all of our telemetry, like our tyres, temperatures, our speed, the accelerator, and stuff like that. At the top right, we have the map. At the very top, we have the virtual mirror. At the bottom left, we have our potential and our lap time. AMS 2 also has these really cool in-helmet cameras, which make you feel like you're sitting inside the car. AMS 2 is also VR compatible, so you can wear a VR headset and it makes you feel like you're sitting inside the car even more. So what's AMS 2's AI like? To find out, I qualified at the back of the grid and tried to make my way up. AMS 2 AI are generally very clean, but occasionally they will crash into you or something, but it's usually a racing incident. In F122, you've probably already taken out by now.
Okay, he pushed me off the track. I think you have to leave the space. All the time you have to leave the space.
So how do the cars handle in AMS 2? The cars generally feel very good. Not as much oversteer as you get in Project Cars, and not as much understeer and oversteer as you get in F122. You can also change a lot of the setup. With F1 cars you can change most things, like the front wing, the rear wing, the suspension, brakes and stuff like that. And in the GT cars and the MP1 cars you can change the rear downforce, the suspension, the tyre pressures and stuff like that. This generally makes you feel like you've got lots of control over what you can do with the car and how the car will handle. And by the way guys, if you're a Sky Q or Sky Glass customer, hit that red subscribe button to get all the latest content from Racing Master 45. So, what happens when you finish a season? Nothing. Like, literally nothing. It takes you back to the home screen, and then you can do an AI race or an online race. So now let's check out some alternate game modes in AMS 2. I'm not going to go into too much detail, so check out this review here if you'd like to see some more detail into this. The first one to the left is single race. Here you can race AI cars with your chosen car and track in an offline race. The second one is championship, or career, which is what we are just on. The furthest one to the right is multiplayer. Here you can race real people with their chosen car and track. The bottom left is test day. Here you can choose a car and track and just practice and perfect your setup without any AI cars to worry about. The middle bottom is official events. Here AMS2 will choose 2 cars and tracks for you to try and see just how fast you are when you're not prepared for it. The bottom right is time trial. Here you can choose a car and track and do a hot lap there and see where you'll be placed in the global leaderboards. So now let's have a look at some of the settings. In AMS2, you can choose how much of the HUD it shows, or the on-screen display. You can choose if it shows the driving line, turn indicator, track map, and if you'd like to have the starting grid lights, and much more. You can also have lots of assists in case you can't drive without them. There's steering assist, braking assist, automatic clutch, gearing, opposite lock assist, and you can choose the damage type as well. AMS2 also has all of the basic controls for your steering wheel, keyboard or mouse, whatever you use to race. You could also have a custom setting so that it will just assign whatever you press, even if the wheel is not assigned to the game. It also has lots of force feedback options, not as many as Project Cars, but still a lot, so it feels realistic. So how accessible is AMS2? AMS2 is up for £35 on Steam, but can only be bought on the PC, which means that there will be no console players for the time being. AMS2 also needs a relatively powerful computer to run at high graphics. So I think AMS2 is aimed at people who aren't looking to pretend to be a racing driver, but for the pure driving experience. Thanks for watching this AMS2 career review. If you enjoyed it, please consider donating to my channel and subscribing. I'll have Project Cars in the next episode, so make sure to subscribe to see it as soon as it comes out.